Thank you very much for the food, my dude. Enjoy the run.
Five, four, three, two,
So,
one.
first time playing a DK. Welcome to Safe Space.
To reclaim our legacy, we aspects must restore the powers we relinquished to defeat Deathwing.
We start with a big
Within
pool.
the depths of Uldaman
CDs
lies a
go if you
vault
want.
that holds a disc of
Dispel.
Keeper Tyr's memories. Find that disc and bring it back to me.
Yeah.
It may contain the knowledge we
And
need
now
to
you see
regain
the
our
DK.
strength.
How is it working? We did all the preparations. You can look in the stream previously and see how I prepared the
Interrupt.
macros and everything.
Interrupt.
And yeah, the road to 2K starts now.
Interrupt. Interrupt.
I will always try to do some
Dispel.
suggest leading. Use your cities on the next pool.
What's this? Intruders here to take our riches, I bet!
Let's talk about the
Have we
first
found
boss.
any
It's a console
riches?
fight.
We've been digging down here
Interrupt
so long,
Olaf.
I can't
Usually I
even
do
see
this, do
straight.
that by myself.
No one steals from us. Time to teach these
From
lunkheads a
time to
lesson.
time one of them jumps around the tank, grabs the others and tanks them next to him. So one is not mobile.
I have a quiver full
You're
of
pulling
swords,
everything
and
to
I
him.
know how to throw them.
Then they jump into a boat and we
Somebody
will
want
leave
a skull cracking?
red puddles beneath. Avoid those.
Time to move this thingy.
Avoid the
Shockwave.
puddles.
Hop in and let 'em have it.
Now the party's starting. Here we go.
Hop in
Good.
and let 'em. Okay, be careful.
Let's set the focus on the healer so we see his mana.
Clear my head. Much obliged, strangers. We'll lend you a hand after we get our bearings.
Another big pull. Feel free to use your CDs here.
Dispel. Interrupt. Interrupt. Dispel.
Okay. Another pull.
Interrupt.
Let's talk about the next boss. It's the totem boss.
Run.
From time to time he spawns a totem. Kill it as
Interrupt.
fast as possible.
Run.
He spawns some ads. Well, one of those ads is a range, interrupted, and drag it to melee. Cleave the ads down. From time to time he has a big circle around him. Move out.
Bromark, the chief here. Gonna smash you. Stonewall Trogs, attack!
It's the range one.
Watch
Got
your
him.
step. Attack totem.
Focus the totem.
Now you see now.
Good.
Bromark
No plates. Not plates.
wins.
Mm,
been a real pest.
We
Not
know how to
overlapping
open the
stacking.
door, but that ugly
Thank you very much.
rockhead always
Let's
kept
go.
us out.
So
What was
towards
this?
the rush towards the
Nasty?
next boss.
What's this?
They are not very dangerous,
That did
but
it. Now let's see what we can
this
find
one, like
inside.
Skull, has for the tank a debuff. As a tank, you can basically always kite them. They start casting the debuff, and if you are not next to them,
Here's marvelous mustache.
they
Another
don't
locked door.
get ya.
Leave this to me. Shield charge! Oh, my head.
As soon as you see the
Well, at least
cast,
this lunkhead got the door open.
just move a bit backwards.
You better go on while Olaf recovers.
Alright, let's talk about the next boss.
Halt!
It's the
The
ball boss. From
unworthy
time to time you
not
will leave
enter this hallowed place.
a yellow circle beneath ya. The
Keep
tank
tier
needs to drag
secrets will be protected.
the boss through those swirlies,
Knocking back.
circles. Try to position them inside the room so it's easier for the tank to drag the boss.
Must regain
So
strength.
you can use your personal CCs, works too.
Stop where you are.
Knocking back. Knocking back.
Okay. So careful with trash here. They have frontals.
Interrupt.
Some kind of library. Hey, what now? All I see are books.
Maybe we can
Interrupt.
find a few
Crowd
treasure
control.
maps. We'll have a look while you go on ahead.
Interrupt. Interrupt.
On the next pull we have again some frontals. Be careful, especially as a melee. And it's a big pull. So in this dungeon we have some golems. We will meet them over and over again.
Interrupt.
There are two kinds of
Crowd
golems in this
control.
dungeon. The first one we will
Dispel.
see on the next pull. It's usually a healer check. Just out heal it. The first golem you cannot do stuff, but on other golems afterwards you can always line of sight. Before the spell goes through, use line of sight. This one, just avoid the puddles on the ground and out heal it.
Watch your step. Interrupt. Interrupt. AOE incoming. Watch your step.
Alright. So, we have
Watch
here
your
some
step.
spiders. They have some poison for us. And some bats. They have silence for us. Not a big deal. Alright, let's talk about the next boss. He has two phases. In the first phase we fight against him. In the second phase we fight just his minions. In the first phase he spawns some tornadoes are spawned. Avoid those at all cost. From time to time you have a red circle around you. Just don't blow your other players up. And that's it. For the tank,
Purging
careful with the
protocols
frontal.
activated.
Don't aim it towards the
Defensive.
camp. As a tank it's an option to soak those swirlies for your group.
Target
Spread.
acquired.
No second phase. In the second phase, you just kill the minions. Alright. So from now on, we have the second type of golem.
You could keep
You can
searching
use
for
line of sight
whatever it is you folks
to
yeah,
not
we're
take
going
that
big on
much
this
damage.
war. Same
Just
battles
before the
all.
cast goes through, use line of sight.
Crowd control.
For example, you can use this here, this corner, to hide you. So your healer doesn't need to heal everything. Right now it's just a level 2 key, so it's not a big deal. But later on, it matters. You
Crowd
can use
control.
here this pipe if you want. On the next pull we have again very many frontals, and the bubble guy move out of the bubble.
Dispel.
On the next pull we have two golems, use line of sight before the cast goes through. You can hide at blue if you want. Alright, on the next pull we have also a golem. Use line of sight before the cast goes through. Let's take the bubble guy too. Move out of the bubble.
Dispel.
Deny your queen her prize. The disc you seek will be mine.
Dispel.
And use line of sight. You can use it at blue if you want. Good. So now we are at the last part of the trash. Those guys have a debuff. It's not that important, but the next one is very important. This one, time reaver, spreads and debuff on the whole group, and the healer needs to rotate his spells to get rid of it. Don't take two of those guys together. So for me it's now a stop. I'm not pulling more. Ahead of us is the last one. And we actually did a lot of percentage, so we will skip the last two. We are not doing them, we just kill this one, the non-elites on the right, the non-elites on the left, and then use the skip. Well, now the worst case scenario happened, we have 3 time reavers on this pull. Healer needs to push a lot of HPS, dispel us. You can use line of sight to get rid of the debuff. Let's see if I can maybe help out. And have here naturally a line of sight. Not really. Alright, well, can happen. Good healer, thanks very much. He has a frontal, careful at the melees.
You failed to stop me.
Avoid the
Knocking
stuff
back.
on the ground. except when everything turns grey, step into the puddles
Defensive.
that give you haste.
Watch your feet. Knocking back. Defensive.
In the sands.
And step in.
Answer to me.
Finish. I want you to look at my macros and see. Okay.
Defensive.
Will be lost in
And that was our first dungeon
your efforts
on this season
are
journey.
impressive,
Thank you very much, guys.
in vain.
I got a splinter. Oh,
The
that's
timelines are converging. There will be only one aspect, and Murthon shall be infinite.
and that was the run. Oh, look, we put up a portal. Thank you very much. So, thank you very much for watching. I will probably stream later on one more time, or maybe twice. Feel free to join the Discord or our runs. It's a safe space, be kind to each other. And yeah, see you next time. Bye!